Ladies and gentlemen, for a few days now, we have been surviving down here in the vault. However, a recent excursion to the surface has brought some unwanted guests. Welcome to Ground Zero Extraction. Alright, so we are beginning here a new series on the channel. Please bear with me while we attempt to take care of the zombie threat that has wandered down here into our current hiding place, essentially. Now, I have a little bit of a confession to make. So, right now, I'm just gonna...
Hey, we need help out here. Where the hell is everyone?
This has been a pre-recorded message.
Okay. What did I just do? What did I don't know what I just did. Okay, we've got a survivor mission over the radio. Okay, well that's good to know. Just making sure I haven't tuned into anything. I actually haven't. So, a little bit of a confession to make. I did have a bit of a different... Ooh, now this is very helpful indeed. A bit of a different... Okay, this is the stuff that we've gathered, okay, over the last few days. Wink, wink. So, I had a mod installed that was going to allow us to build and live down here in the vault. And I recorded a couple episodes. Unfortunately, though, it started to bug out quite significantly, actually, giving us problems getting back into the vault. We're going to be making use of the raid system to leave the... We were going to leave the vault, then have to gather supplies, come back and build a settlement down here. Anyway, it caused us too many problems. So we're going to be running with the same kind of idea, but we're going to have to find a new location. Now, am I going to take all this stuff? We don't have a massive amount of space, but we should have enough for this, actually. Yeah, we'll just take the medical supplies. So our objective for the time being is, you know, we've realized now that the vault isn't actually as safe as we thought it was. And not only can zombies get down here when we return, when they return, there's nowhere else for us to go. So you know, not only is it dangerous, but it's extremely dangerous because we keep getting, we've gotten ourselves trapped down here. There's no exit, so if an endless stream of zombies keeps coming in, you know, it's just not a viable place to live anymore. Alright, so that's the lore behind our current situation here. Our first job is to get out of the vault on a single save. So we're not going to be making a save until we've cleared the vault, okay? So that's our first objective. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ground Zero Extraction. And this is going to be kind of a slow burn on the channel. Every so often, I get a little bit, I guess, overwhelmed, or rather just a little bit fed up with complexity. You know, when some of the stuff that I'm making on the channel is quite in-depth and lots of stuff happening, sometimes I just crave a little bit of simplicity. And I just want to get back to a pure and simple zombie apocalypse experience, alright? So I hope you are here for the journey. And I hope you enjoy the ride as we make our way to the surface. And I think what we're going to be doing is heading into Sanctuary and potentially building ourselves a little bit of a bunker for the time being. We want to be building up a settlement at some point, and, you know, just doing the whole zombie survival settlement building deal. Now, we could leave right now, but let's just continue with the objective of clearing this space out. Now, for anyone who's not aware, you know, this is running on the Ground Zero Modlist, which has a very specific and interesting feature, that being that you can get infected by these zombies. Have a look at this. Okay, I didn't actually realise I'd be able to do that. Anyway, let's just have a look at some of this gear. The menus do not pause, okay? So when we're in this menu, we are very, very vulnerable to attack. And as I was saying, there's a chance that every single one of these zombies can infect us with something called the Commonwealth of Decay virus. We're just going to be calling it the virus from now on. Now, we do have a gun with around about 100 bullets, but that is going to become so vital to us. Also, we lose stamina while aiming. Okay, that's important to note. This thing, though, this thing is going bye-bye. Oof, okay, alright, I think we've... Oh, okay. Apparently there's still somebody left down here. Now, it is going to be quite difficult to survive in this experience here. We do have a couple of rules that we're playing with, which I will get to in a second. So, if you've been watching any of the other Tarkov series with the Tarkov mod, you'll know. Get it. Oof. Okay, we did pretty well. So we picked up a few levels actually down here. Somebody's still around. So with the Tarkov mod, we go out on a raid in the world. And we have to, you know, we get spawned randomly in a location. And then we have to make it back to base with whatever gear we find on the raid. If we die on the raid, we lose all the gear that we've gathered and all the gear that we took with us into the raid, if we take any gear at all. Now, this vault is already open. We were being pursued by zombies last time, and so we had to just book it down here. We didn't even get a chance to close the vault behind us. Alright, so, yeah, we head out on a raid. If we die, we lose all our stuff. And then we just respawn back at our base. We don't lose our experience, and we don't lose any caps. So that's going to be the main function of this zombie survival extraction experience. However, there is one stipulation in this. Let me just check what time it is. It is about 6 PM, 6 or 7 PM. That's really bad because night times are extremely lethal. There is one stipulation, that being that if we contract the virus, the zombie virus, there is a way to cure it in the game with a specific cure that currently we'll only be able to get from a doctor. And I'm pretty sure we can craft it at a higher level. So we've got the universal workbench here. Let's grab these settings, holotapes, along with the universal workbench. So there is a way to cure the virus, which is quite difficult to obtain. It's very expensive to buy it from a doctor. And there's a way to craft it at higher levels. But if we die from that virus, it's going to be game over. Alright, so a full-blown... We've got semi-permadeath happening with the Tarkov mod. And then we've got full-blown permadeath happening through that virus mechanic. Hopefully, I can play smart enough to, well, to last until at least we have a cure Okay, there's an infestation happening. So there's all sorts of mechanics going on in the background with regards to this zombie experience. We have infestations, we have settlement attack systems in place. So, you know, we need to be doing work to actually build up our settlement locations as we gather them. Or as we clear them, every settlement has been overtaken by a large horde of zombies which has settled like an infestation in the building or in the location. And yeah, we're going to have to clear the settlements in order to make use of them. And they can be essentially recaptured by the zombies if we don't secure them properly. So, this is what I mean by a slow burn on the channel. Every so often I feel like jumping into this experience and, you know, just keeping it nice and simple. It's not overly complex with regards to character creation or role play or questing. It's a nice, simple, straightforward experience, and sometimes I just need that simplicity. Alright, I think I've laid everything out on the table. This is our character, Mr. Rex the Wolf Hunter. And he's here. He's been here for a while in the Commonwealth, and he's made his way to the vault. And, you know, he obviously was a resident of the Commonwealth before the outbreak. And was he, though? Maybe he wasn't, actually, because the setting that we're in here is supposed to be, you know, quite a long time after the outbreak. Anyway, he's made his way to the Commonwealth at some point. And he's only just recently made his way to the vault, I think is what I was trying to get at. Alright, so we are going to be saving just as we go for now. You know, until once we start to get to the point where we're underground in a little bunker, which we'll be setting up this episode. Then we basically won't be able to save for a while. At least while we're on a raid. Just in case you don't know. Is that a dog? Is that a friendly dog? Okay, he looks kind of friendly, kind of cuddly. We might do a little bit of roleplay through this series. You know, we'll try... Sometimes I like to try to play the game from my character's point of view, whereby he doesn't... Well, maybe we can explore what he knows and what he doesn't know about the game world. You know, when you've played Fallout 4 1,000 times, it's quite easy to just reveal all the secrets and all of the things because you already know what they are. But maybe we'll try to play this from our character's point of view. Can I already craft in here? I can. Let's just shift the couch over a bit. Taking care of our food and water is going to be a thing. We're here to survive, after all. And not just survive, but thrive. If you saw the trailer. Okie dokie. Yeah, if you saw the trailer, it kind of lays the precedent. Sets a precedent? That's not maybe the right way to say it. It sets up the premise of the series. So, let me just do a little bit of work here to deposit this junk. And maybe some of this extra gear that we've picked up. So we've got a calibrated, compensated. Okay, so the one we've got is better. I think that'll do for now. In terms of ammo, we've got about 100 rounds. If you haven't seen any of the other Tarkov stuff on the channel, as in the Fallout 4 Tarkov mod, you are in for a really, really big treat. It's a lot of fun to play. It's very tense gameplay. And it's very, very fun. So, I'll try to explain a little bit more about it when we get to our first raid. I think I've kind of explained enough for now. Right now, we're just going to be wandering around here, clearing Sanctuary, as we always do in the beginning of one of these series. This gives us charisma and endurance and a little bit better protection. So let me drop off this. Alright, let's focus in on the action here. Maybe we'll do a little bit of scrapping as we go. Just a touch. Just to clear up a little bit at a time. I kind of like doing this in a bit of an immersive way, where I just do a little bit at a time. Oh, we got a robot over here. What's he up to? Is he friendly? I mean, he's not attacking us, and he's killing zombies. So he's
Thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this infernal rain.
He's all right
Sir?
in my book. Let's see what he's got equipment-wise. He actually doesn't have anything. That's fine. Okay, we'll leave the robot to his, well, whatever he's up to his own mischievous devices. Although he doesn't seem like a very mischievous robot. I mean, I don't know though. He is kind of just hanging out here in the roof. So we won't be here for too long, ladies and gentlemen. We're just doing the obligatory sanctuary clear. And we don't have any bobby pins yet, so there's a few locations we're not actually going to be able to look at. So as you can see, there's a fair bit of work to be done around sanctuary, clearing the place. But I don't know whether or not we're going to do that yet. Because my original plan was to play in the vault, and after recording for a couple hours and it all going kind of south, I've had to come up with a bit of a new game plan. So I'm still kind of putting things together, but don't worry, we will get there. Okay, let's see what's going on down here in the root cellar. So we picked up some food and a damaged hazmat suit. And a camping kit. Very good. Some gold bars, some more water. We still can't unlock that yet. Oh, a surgery kit and a bandage. Now, these are going to be absolutely essential. We do have a very, very hardcore mod experience going on here. So this is going to take care of heavy bleeds. Let's get that on 8. So we've got light bleeds on 7. Heavy bleeds on 8. And I think we'll just leave it at that for now. Surgery kit we'll keep hold of. Yeah, alright, that'll do. Very good. So it won't be long before we might try and get in a raid on this episode. Let's see how good we do here clearing the area. Alright, we're a bit overburdened, but we should be okay actually. We're a little bit peckish. So this area is not too dangerous then, so that's good. Just want to test something out real quick. If I put a bullet in there and then scrap this, yeah, the contents have been transferred to the workbench. So allow me to maybe cheese the situation just a touch to save me having to walk all the way, well, across the road. Hopefully this works, and does not. Yeah, good. Alright, so that just transferred all of our stuff to the workbench, which I probably could have done in about 3 seconds anyway, but kind of wanted to test it. Tinned food. The tinned food magazine. Interesting. Not sure if I've ever found that before. So once we've cleared the area here and got on our resources, we'll have a bit of an idea as to what we are capable of building. And we might do a very quick look over the plus 5% critical hit damage with unarmed and melee attacks. We'll get a bit of an idea as to what we're going to be able to build, and we'll have a look over the build menu real quick. I am going to boost our intelligence. I probably should have gone with strength because that would give us carry capacity. But intelligence helps us level up a little bit quicker. So I always kind of struggle between those two. I do choose intelligence more often than not. Okay, we've got a few more houses to go. I might not even do them all now, actually. Let's move on. We'll go down here and see if we've got any more zombies to clear. This one's crying. This one was literally crying. Maybe that was his mate. Or her mate. Can you scrap zombies in this? You can't. And scrap chairs though. I will take a cigar, thank you. I'm not gonna use my bobby pin on that suitcase just yet. There are more important things. Okay, I think we'll just finish up with the zombies for the time being. I'm serious. Any single one of these zombies could infect us with a hit or a bite. Thankfully, those bursting explosions there cannot infect us. And we might just see what we can craft here, if anything. So, it's not looking like we can make very much right now. With regards to food, some of these recipes are a little bit complex, but most of them are pretty straightforward, like squirrel bits and wood, crab meat, baked bloatfly is just general bloatfly meat, bear ribs again is just bear meat, but there are more enhanced versions which give us better bonuses. Alright, anyway, that's good. We can't make anything just yet, though. Don't we look very professional? We look very, yeah, very, very professional here, don't we? When did we pick this up? What even is that? The yellow trench coat, okay. Alright, I think ultimately we're kind of done maybe for Sanctuary for the time being. You know, I don't want to fill the whole episode up with just looting the area, so we can get back to scavenging a bit later on. What I might do though is take this over to the main area, and I think what we're going to have to do is build ourselves. See, the funny thing is, I don't know whether or not I want to stay in Sanctuary. I've been in Sanctuary so long, so often. I feel like I would like to actually settle somewhere else. But the problem is, everywhere else, every other settlement is overrun with zombies. However, what's it called? Just down the road, there's Red Rocket. Wow, that's a fair amount of purified water. I'm going to drop these off as well for now. The universal... Oh, okay. Keep the universal work... Maybe I won't keep the universal workbench. And let's drop off this junk. Everything else is pretty good. And I want to drop off these. Should we go out on a raid? To go out on a raid, we're going to have to build a little location. Yeah, I'll show you here. Let's have a look. So, we have these bunkers. Got a bomb shelter, basement bunker. I feel like what we might do is actually work our way through these at different locations. For now, should we roll with An interrogation cave. Yeah, I tell you what, let's do the opposite of what maybe most people would do, and let's go with the most insubstantial, pathetic environment to start the game. Now, yeah, we do have a workshop down here. We do have, you know, the capabilities of building things. So I guess with regards to the lore of our situation, this is where our character has retreated to in terror. In terror of what is above the surface. And as yet he is incapable of, well, building any sort of substantial settlement. The zombie threat above the surface is lethal, and he knows. Interior controls, toggle default lights. Okay, that's dark. Toggle default fog. Does that actually remove the fog? Yeah, I think I'll remove the fog. Toggle misc trash debris. Okay, so we can actually just clear that ourselves. Just making sure that it's not anything that we want that's disappearing. Doesn't look like it. Alright, well let's do a little bit of tidying up, because our character would have obviously tidied up the area. And, you know, we've got a table, which we can maybe just leave there for now. And we've got a chair. So all in all, we're not doing that great. But, as you can see, this workshop is linked to the workshop above us up there in Sanctuary. So, you know, it's not horrible, it's safe. That's the most important thing. We are safe from the virus, from the zombies. I'm not a huge fan of these chains, to be honest. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to get rid of them. However, allow me to just take a moment to get us set up here properly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves set up here with the gear that we're going to be taking with us on our first raid. Now, I do like to start a raid from the console. It's just quicker. So what this is going to be doing is teleporting us out into the world. Some sort of crazy institute synth teleporting technology allows us to disapparate somewhere random. Oh dear. It's very late and ferals are hunting. Oh goodness me, I did not pay attention to what time it was. And let me just actually, we have a rescue mission. Let me get rid of that. Also disable that. Actually, don't look at the map. We're not going to be using the map. We do have a mission. I'm going to allow us to use these points here, because obviously we need to know where places are. We're a little bit hungry and thirsty. Let's take care of that straight away. So if we die now, we actually lose all the gear. And we have 60 minutes to get home. Which home to us right now is essentially north. If we want to recruit anyone, bring survivors back to our settlement, we're going to have to do it, mid-raid. And that's a terrifying prospect, honestly. I think the hunters... Holy smokes. Why was that place mined like that? That would be a laser tripwire. So I will definitely be taking some of those components. Where are we right now? Oh, okay, I see. That would be a missile launcher. But probably without ammo, right? Yeah, no ammo. So then it's really very useless to us. However, this place is not the kind of place I think I really want to be walking around. If there's going to be mines everywhere. The biggest, most attractive element to our survival right now, believe it or not, is junk. And I need to sneeze. Junk is important to us because it's what allows us to... Oh, wow. My right mouse did not respond for some reason in that second. Oh, that was lucky. So junk is what is going to allow us to actually expand our settlement and build up our resources. Now, where would this settler be? Probably not actually near us right now. Oh, I knew this would happen. Starting to get surrounded. Let's just see if we can get in here and get out quickly. Yeah, we're going to have to leave. Hopefully we don't get blown up along the way. We are ultra squishy because I love to torture myself with a rather wonderful mod that starts you out at level 1 with 1 in all special stats, as opposed to the, like, whatever it is, 20 is it you get, or 15 or something, 18 perks you get at the start of the game normally to distribute. So we're starting out right at the beginning. We might, because we need to head north/west anyway, northwest. Also, there's no radiation in the pack, so we can drink the water. It's dirty, but we don't get any kind of radiation. We just get a chance of contracting some sort of illness, which regular antibiotics would cure. So we're going to head northwest. We need to potentially... well, we need to head this way anyway, and we can potentially check in on this survivor. Now, these guys here that you can see there, the glowing creature, if that thing dies near us, it will explode. And that's 100% guaranteed Commonwealth virus infection, zombie virus infection. Okay, so it's essential that we avoid those guys like the plague until we can kill them from a distance. And that sounded like a death claw. There are monstrous beasties roaming the wasteland at night time, although I don't know if deathclaws are in the mod list. It could be something else that's got the same sound effect. Anyway. Yeah, it's stamping its feet. Oh dear lord, it is a deathclaw. Okay. Well, that's just instant death if it comes anywhere near us, so... especially out here in the forest. Okay, I don't think it's pursuing us. How is our carry capacity? Yeah, we're about halfway. Couple of Molotovs. Oh, God. Now, I don't know if those things can get in here. Oh, it's powered. Well, we don't actually have a lot of time. So we do have the ability to check the time. As in how much time we have left on a raid, but I'm actually not going to be making use of that feature, so we're going to have to... oh, I don't know whether I want to go in here, but I don't know, maybe we go in here to get away from the hell that is waiting for us outside. So remember, if we contract that virus and die from that, that's the end of the series. Okay, we've got some slow, shambly footsteps. Oh no, I remember this place. My character doesn't, but I do. That sound is enough. It's enough. That's enough. Clearly, we need to be a bit smarter than just wandering down into underground darkness with roaming monstrous beasties. So we need to get out of here. I think we might just try and focus in on potentially exploring this settler location. Although it is extremely dark, so we can't save on a raid. If we were to save and then reload it, it would kill us. The mechanics of the mod just kill you and return you back to your base with no gear. So we also can't pause. The timer continues. I mean, we can pause, but the timer of the raid continues even in the pause menu. So, I mean, you know, we can pause as a function, but we can't pause the raid, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so let's just keep heading towards this quest location. And hope that we don't run into anything too monstrous. Really, doing this at night is probably the worst thing that I could have done. We want to be trying to avoid nighttime raids as much as possible. But I think what I might do is implement like another kind of self-imposed rule that we can only... Okay, we've got a wolf of some sort here. We can only sleep if we're actually tired. Okay, so... You know, that's going to stop us from cheesing the situation. Alright, it looks like we managed to avoid that wolf. Now the only question is how far this quest is going to take us. Because we do have a limited amount of time, and that's another thing too. While we're trying to pursue these survivors that we've heard over the radio, we then have to get them back to base, back to our settlement, alive, and they can die. And obviously we only have a limited amount of time to do that, to get to them and to get them home. So if it's looking like it's taken us too far off track, we'll probably have to just leave them to it until we, well, spawn a bit closer to them in a raid of some sort. Okay, we've got gunshots. There are hostile survivors on the map. There are also friendly survivors wandering, so sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell who's who. But we're coming up on somebody here, so let's go slow. Okay, I'm not hearing any more. Oh, shit. Oh my god, I can't deal with 3 dogs. 8. This is death. So this, one of the things I've had to weigh up here is, lately, I've been playing a lot with a specific mod that turns every single headshot into a kill. I think I want to disable those warnings too. Yeah, so normally, you know, every single headshot would be a kill. It is for zombies, but I don't think it is for other creatures, so I'd be more confident if it was 1 shot kill to the head. But some of these monsters are able to withstand a few shots to the head, which makes it, well, just way more difficult. And we can die from a scratch because we can bleed out. Alright, just give me a second here. Okay, so unfortunately, I've just realised that I'm not going to be able to go near that place because there's music playing, and that's obviously a YouTube restriction. For the next episode, I'll install a mod that allows me to disable the world radios. That's a shame. I mean, I could go there off camera, but, you know, maybe we'll check it out at a later date. I mean, if there's music playing, there's probably zombies there anyway. They might have been attracted to the noise. Now, what is this place? Oh, okay, right. So we recognize as we get here the symbol of the Minutemen. We do have 1 bobby pin with us. This shouldn't be too hard being a novice. Novice lock, very good. Ooh, wow. This is literally a dream come true to find this stash in a situation like this. Alright, brilliant. All the more reason to potentially skip out on this survivor rescue mission and take this gear back home. So we've just picked up another P220 pistol and a laser musket, which we will get equipped, favorited, along with a little bit of ammo. Nothing too excessive, but certainly better than nothing. So it's a double crank, so a regular laser pistol. Alright, we might I might try and get a bit of a move on here towards this location. Yeah, not checking the map really adds in an interesting... That's dogs. Another dynamic element. I don't believe it. We're fucking dead, aren't we? Oh, dude. You see what I mean about those dogs, man? Those things are just brutal. So we've just lost all that gear. I need to play this, as you can see. Alright, so I've got a problem here. Give me a minute. Alright, so one bug about the whole series is that when you get a heavy bleed, the Tarkov mod doesn't heal it when you get home. So anyways, we have to do that manually using the console. However, I've got to learn to play this differently because it's just too... Look at us here in our bloody underpants. You know, to try to play it safe at times, like to try to run from those encounters... Sometimes it's my first instinct is to retreat and then to try to get to cover and shoot from cover, but it just doesn't always work. So, you know, I've got to start just unloading the weapons and ammo that we've got, because we've just lost all of that gear, everything except, well, we've been given a knife. The Tarkov mod gives us a knife, We've lost everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the nature of the beast. It is going to be extremely difficult here to survive, to make it through this, to actually achieve our aim. You know, we're down here in a dungeon. We've been relegated from the vault, which was actually looking pretty nice and pretty cozy and comfortable. And it got taken over by a zombie threat, and we have been relegated down here into an underground, well, pit of despair, literally with chains of misery hanging from the roof. And so this is what we have in store for us here in this series. So I hope you're along for the ride. I don't know how much of this I'm going to play. I'm going to play a little bit of it now, so over the next week or so, because I'm having a break. As you're seeing this, it's school holidays and I'm hanging out with my kids, and so I've recorded a few of these episodes to go out over the week. With regards to the channel though, long term, it's going to be something we kind of dip in and out of because it is a very long term objective. As you can see, the gameplay can be quite difficult to make progress with. We are leveling up though, so that's the point, you know. We are always leveling up. So I'm actually waiting. I'll tell you what, give me this one. This gives us what is it? 7% chance to receive 3 times experience from any action. I'm kind of waiting right now. We need to be level 7 to level up any of these skills. I would like 1 in agility, intelligence, 1 strength. So we just got to wait for 1 more level before I will dole out those perks. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is the challenging situation that we are in. Oh yeah, with regards to the long term, we're going to be dipping in and out of this gameplay. It's quite tough, and it's also not the sort of thing that's super engaging all the time, with wandering through the forest trying not to die for a good portion of the gameplay. However, the threat of potentially dying and losing everything hanging over your head, it's got a little bit of a draw to it, you know. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. It was a little bit shorter than normal, but we don't really have enough time to jump out onto a full raid, so we're going to leave it at that. I hope you're here for the journey, and yeah, please remember, check in the description down below. There are lots of links to other content on the channel. At the top of the description you'll see some links to current series on the channel, and further on down you'll find links to other older series. Some of them complete, some of them not, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I do hope you will return to the madness with me very soon. Goodbye for now.